All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Common Man Bets podcast. With you here, I'm Zach. Today we've got a special guest. Feel like he hasn't been here in forever. We got big old Samuel. And with you, as we have been for a while, we got John Latt and Caitlin/Lance. So without further ado, let's get after it. We're going to kind of go into a little bit of championship weekend, but I mean, it's March, baby. Selection Sunday was yesterday. And what a bracket. What an absolute bracket. And then once we finish talking about that, we'll get into Twitter news. But let's start it off with Championship Sunday. I told you guys Iowa was the dark horse of the Big Ten. I would like to point that out right now.
You did call that one. That was good.
Good call there. I had a rough go with Kentucky. Kentucky and Davidson both lost immediately after we had high hopes there, so not a great ending. Also was riding Princeton in the Ivy League, riding my guy Drew Freiberg, shout out Freiberg family, and they came up short. I warned you guys they weren't going to win, and it's exactly what happened, but it is what it is.
Hey, all I'm saying is it was always Kansas.
Always Kansas.
It was always Kansas. And my Conference USA pick, or not Conference, Mountain West pick kind of fell down. And I think Sammy's Arizona team also came out on top. Did you have anybody else, Sammy?
What? What do you mean?
When we were picking conference champions to come around, or what? Sammy wasn't in that conference pick, was he? We were talking about conferences. He said,
I think I had Pac-12, right?
Yeah, you had Pac-12. I know you were riding Arizona, and Arizona came out victorious. And
Arizona did come out victorious, but man, that Pac-12 is just kind of garbage. I don't know how much respect I can put on that.
Do you think that win? Okay, I guess. All right. Remember this conversation. We'll come back to it. I got a little nugget to throw in about the Pac-12 being garbage. But
go ahead.
No, I can't. We gotta save it. We got enough to talk about. Any other conference championships that anybody saw that felt pretty good? I think I don't know if I can count the whole Iowa pick just because I think I picked Wisconsin, but then said Iowa was my back burner.
Yeah, you were on it. You were on it.
I was on like the dark horse.
I'll say this: Virginia Tech winning the ACC. I haven't slept good in 3 or 4 days because Virginia Tech won the ACC. That is just the dumbest, the stupidest. That infuriates me more than anything in the world. That Virginia Tech won the ACC. That is just the dumbest thing ever. I don't know why it makes me so mad, but that is just sickening. What happened there?
Dude, Virginia Tech's hot. They're hot right now.
They're terrible.
They're riding the hot hand.
They're awful. I can't get over that. And it's probably my own stubbornness more than anything, but I cannot stand Virginia Tech athletics. Cannot stand.
The Hokies. Why not? Wait, is there a story about
They are the worst. The worst. My least favorite school out of any division, 3, 2, 1, I don't care what it is. Virginia Tech is my least favorite.
I can kind of stand behind that. We like to call them VPI. VPI, where I come from,
I cannot stand Virginia Tech.
Has probably the absolute worst fan base of all time. And just for example, for WVU and VP, I always go back, years and years playing from like old Big East days, and there's a lot of hated rivalry, and I kind of stand with Lance there. I can stand him either.
So I think every time we bring up Virginia Tech, I think we need to get Lance some blood pressure medication because clearly there was a nerve struck there that we need to.
It's well beyond. It is an unhealthy. I have an unhealthy relationship with Virginia Tech athletics.
Hey, Mountaineer football beat Virginia Tech at home this year. People
Yes, we
forget.
did.
People forget.
We beat them in a very good game. That was a quality game.
We do have that.
I was hammered in the stands with Cassie's bosses.
Yep.
I remember watching that at the Penn State Auburn tailgate with PJ, of all people.
Shout out PJ, no free
Good.
Shout out PJ.
Shout out PJ. If you know, you know.
Shout out PJ.
All right. Does anybody else have any championship weekend picks? Or
here's my
comments?
last thing. Kind of championship Sunday running into March Madness. Joe Lunardi said it best. They need to figure out this whole SEC and all these championship games that play on Sunday and move them to Saturday. Because if you look at it, Tennessee, won the SEC championship, beat Kentucky twice, and got shafted and got a 3 seed in the whole tournament. And Joe Lunardi said it best. He goes, "These Sunday games don't even matter." He's like, they already have their bracket in place on where these teams are going to go. He said they have so many different brackets, and depending on which team goes, wins on Sunday, they place it. Doesn't matter. Tennessee was already a 3 seed going into Sunday, even if they won or lost. And that's like the one thing that drives me insane.
So I'm kind of with you there, but at the same time, this is not a bad, like, the NCAA tournament seeding is your body of work throughout the year. So you have to take out any recency bias. So
I mean, yeah, recency biases too that come into it. But I mean, if you split 1-1 in the year, and then you also go in what's considered your conference tournament, kind of like what the conference champion is for college football. If you win your your champion, doesn't mean anything. Conference championship doesn't mean anything.
Well, I like how they do it where I guess they could probably go down a few conferences. But so growing up in the Big Ten, I always loved how the Big Ten, you finished watching the Big Ten championship game and then it was Selection Sunday. Like, I think it's okay for a few conferences, but I think, what is it, like 5 or 6 conferences now?
I think it's 5 that play on Sunday.
So I guess I don't know if the SEC has always been on Sunday. But
I think they have been because they've had 14 teams.
Yeah, so I think
ever since
I'm okay with that. As far because I mean, was it American, Ivy, Big Ten, SEC, and what was the last one?
Or American. So it was American A10.
A10. Okay, so I mean that's I guess the oh my gosh, I can't even think now. I mean, so the Big Ten, nothing's really going to change. SEC probably not going to change, other than like semantics of the numbers.
I mean, you can move it. You can move it up a day.
Yeah, you can. And then the Ivy, you're only going to get one school anyways, and a lot of times, A10 and American, you're only going to get 1 or 2, so it's not really going to affect a ton,
Yeah.
So I think I'm okay with it. It's just.
I think unbiased opinion. I think Boise State got screwed out too.
For sure. Yeah.
I think they got screwed being an 8 seed. Yeah. After winning not only the outright big Mountain West champion, coming in as the 1 seed, and then absolutely going through and winning also the Mountain
6 or 7.
Yeah, and also winning the Mountain West, and then getting an 8 seed going up against a good and hot Memphis team. That's just poor. That's just piss poor.
Yeah,
dude.
So
if anybody
since we're here, let's get started into it. All right, sorry, Sammy. Go. What were you saying?
If anybody got screwed, it's A&M, Texas A&M, dude.
Texas A&M
runner up in the conference championship, had 24, 25 wins on the year, I think.
20, yeah, like 20.
It was about 24.
I think they had 20.
Yeah, and they didn't make
Also, another point on why their Sunday games don't matter, and you put a Michigan team in who's like 17 and like 13, like at that rate, W
17
and
14. 17 and 14.
W wins 4 more games than they're in. Think about that.
I cannot stand Michigan being in this tournament. I can't stand it. Did I take him in the first round?
We need more blood pressure medication.
Possibly me.
Possibly you.
If you guys can't tell, Lance is a little bit fired up this evening.
So you guys have the brackets up right now? Can you see them?
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start with the West here. That's the first one I got up here. So we talked about Boise State. So we got Zags number 1, Duke number 2, and then number 3 is Texas Tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Tech.
then 4 is going to be Arkansas. What are we thinking about? Let's just kind of go bracket to bracket and then
Right. Yeah.
do
Let's.
that. So what are we thinking about the West? Talked about Boise State. Any other things that you guys see that are intriguing?
I think I brought this up earlier about a couple podcasts ago or whatever. I think Texas Tech really hurt themselves with the 3 seed because you're going to have to play Duke. And hell, you're going to have to play the winner of, in my bracket, I at least have Rutgers and Notre Dame, the winner of that game, beating Alabama because I think Alabama's just the wheels have fallen off.
But even so, I mean, that game, I mean, Alabama, if they get hot, they're hot. They're good.
Texas Tech is going to have to run through a gauntlet just to get to Duke and then to get to Gonzaga. I mean, that is no chance. If Texas Tech is in the South or even the East, I think Texas Tech, makes an easy run to the.
Oh, absolutely.
So I brought that up before. Texas Tech really shot themselves in the foot there, getting a 3 seed. I think that's unfortunate. I think they're a good team, but it's just going to be tough. I got Gonzaga and Duke coming out of there. It's chalk, but Arkansas is terrible. I've seen enough of Arkansas. I'm done. That's just that's ridiculous. I got my team Davidson. I got them losing in the first round. I've seen enough. I'm sick of like these teams who have potential just not playing well in big games. And I'm going with the guys who got talent, size, blue chip recruits. I'm going with them. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line from here on out.
So let's do Coach.
Man, I really like Arkansas to make a push in this bracket here.
You like Arkansas?
I love Arkansas to make the push.
You got UConn who lost to WVU earlier this year.
Yeah.
On the road.
I have Arkansas beating Gonzaga.
Wow.
In the Sweet 16.
Wow.
You ride the bus.
Woo Pig Suey, baby. I am all over the Razorbacks.
Bus. Let's go.
I love them.
That's awesome. If there's 3 teams, like I'm trying to look around, at least have like 2 or 3 teams out of each bracket that I want to put on like upset alert early. Definitely one is UConn. New Mexico State plays hard, very hard basketball. And then Arkansas, definitely. I like the Catamounts. Watching them just absolutely disassemble. Actually, that's it. There were 6 teams, 6 championship games because Vermont and UMBC played on Sunday because they were the early morning game, super early that morning at like 11 a.m. And they just absolutely beat UMBC by like 40 points. And then my last one is definitely Alabama on the hot seat because Rutgers, Notre Dame, I think either team will beat them. Right now, I like Notre Dame winning, but also Texas Tech. Watch out for Montana State. I like that Montana State team. I've kind of kept an eye on them, like betting wise throughout the season. They play some good basketball.
So I've got one here for you.
Yep.
What do we think about Michigan State Duke in the second round?
That's like you got Tom Izzo. Michigan State's been up and down.
So is Duke though. Duke is kind of tailing right now.
So inconsistent. It just completely pains me to take Duke over Michigan State, over Texas Tech, over Gonzaga. I'm taking Duke over Gonzaga to get to the Final Four. That is absolutely not going to hit. But man, who's covering Paulo Banchero? I don't know.
So this is one of those this is one of those tournaments where Duke is either going to win the championship and I'm going to hate it, or they're going to get out in the first or second round.
Well, Duke beat Gonzaga earlier this year, and obviously Gonzaga is like that kind of means nothing, basically, in the grand scheme of things, because Gonzaga's playing together and guys are getting better, and I think Gonzaga is going to get better. So in years past, where they get worse as the year goes on. I think Gonzaga this year gets better as the year goes on. As the tournament goes on, I think they get confidence. I think they play better, and I think they play well. But I'm gonna take Duke to beat them for the second time this year to get to the Final Four.
Well, let's look at the bracket here. I mean, the Zags have a couple teams on the bracket that are going to be like basically stepping stools. Like it's not like they're going to pick in the second round. They're not going to be going up against some hot big conference team. Like who am I thinking of?
I'll be taking Memphis to cover against Boise State. Just a little nugget there. Memphis to cover against Boise State.
Yeah, I love Memphis in that spot.
I picked every single 9 seed. I just noticed that earlier today. I picked every single 9 seed. So I don't know how that's going.
No, I got Carolina, but I have 3 9 seeds in Carolina. So yeah.
All right. Any other nuggets from the West?
No, I said we jump into the South.
Let's go to the South.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Watch out for CSU Fullerton. I know you're high on Duke.
But
watch out for CSU Fullerton. All the 15 seeds in this tournament are kind of butt cheeks. Like most of them aren't very good.
They're bad.
But CSU Fullerton is by far the best 15 seed.
This is a bad.
Can anybody argue me on that?
I don't know anything about it.
I can't. I really can't.
CSU Fullerton is by far the best 15 seed in this tournament.
I stand with this too. I think it's BS that teams like Bryant and Wright State, who won their conference tournament, then have to turn around and play in again versus like not taking. Why didn't they take a team like Jacksonville State, who didn't even win their conference championship but was deemed conference champions because Bellarmine was suspended? Yeah. So like it's like in the NCAA is just really just grinding my gears with this bracket, and it's just really starting to piss me off the more and more I look like deep dive into this.
All right, to the South. We got 15 minutes here. We got a mover here.
Okay, Sammy. No offense, but
none taken.
Hot take. Wright State and Bryant, the winner of that game, beats Arizona in the first round.
Oh God.
The second 16 seed to ever beat a number 1 seed. I got Wright State or Bryant winning that game. Obviously taking TCU, hell of a team out of the Big 12 there. Got hot late, beat a Kansas team who is very solid across the board. You just can't match up with Kansas, but somehow they did. They won the game. I got TCU moving on against Seton Hall, also beating Arizona in that next game. I took Arizona to beat the Wright State Bryant. Surprised if Wright State or Bryant wins that 16-1 game. And you got TCU playing against one of them, and I got TCU. I got TCU in the Sweet 16, and guess what? I got Houston beating UAB. UAB way overrated. I don't know why everybody's talking about UAB. WVU beat them at UAB. I'm gauging everything off WVU. That's probably not a good thing to do, but that's what I got Illinois beating Chattanooga. Guarantee you Chattanooga beats Illinois. Illinois playing Houston. I got Houston taking on Illinois. I got Houston winning that game. And then I got Houston beating TCU. Houston making an appearance in the Elite Eight. Houston out for freaking revenge after the Final Four appearance. Getting lower in the bracket. Michigan definitely beats Colorado State. No brainer. Michigan has no business being in the tournament. Colorado State sucks. Tennessee beats Longwood. Also another one to look at. Longwood might get sneaky. Here's what you need to do. You need to live bet Tennessee in the middle of the game when they're down by 5. Moving down. Big Acorn, shout out. Ohio State's playing Loyola. I would love to bet Loyola to beat Ohio State. Ohio State wins this game, and Ohio State also beats Villanova. You got Tennessee and Ohio State matchup in the Sweet 16. I got Villanova against Houston, and I'm taking Houston to the Final Four.
There's a lot to unpack there, but I don't think I'm speechless. I think I think I think this is a wild part of the bracket. There's a lot of shit that could happen.
Houston beats Tennessee, goes to the Final Four. You heard it here first. That bracket in the South is absolutely garbage. That is unbelievably bad.
You just
unbelievably
blew
bad.
that entire bracket up, and I could see every single game that you said happening. But then I could also see it being chalk.
Yep.
The editor who wrote that, garbage.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm with you at the bottom with Ohio State making that push. I think they have an easy push to the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
I have them losing.
Easy, dude. Villanova.
If
The Big East schools, the Big East schools are all just very average schools. Just very average schools.
The Big East is so weak. It's
so
weak.
I think Ohio State.
They don't recruit well. They got it's almost like it's a mid-major conference. And that is
they are weak. They're just so average. Every team is average.
I got the Buckeyes beating Villanova, playing Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee and Houston. Houston to the Final Four. Let's go.
That's
I have Ohio State, even though they're the best team in the Big 12 or Big 10. I've got Ohio State losing to Loyola Chicago.
Yeah.
See,
that's a good pick. It really is.
It is.
That's a good pick.
I just couldn't bring myself to do it with Loyola, man. I couldn't do it. Loyola always makes that push in the tournament, and everybody's always pulling for him. But
they're a good team.
I can't get behind them this year. I just can't do it.
You will not see me not bet on Sister Jean. Sister Jean all the way. No, but I do think Ohio State is going to be on upset alert. There's not many that I like here because I just think there's a lot of bad pulls. Like, I think Colorado State gets an easy victory. I think Tennessee's playing super hot right now. I think Longwood got kind of shafted, and UAB was probably the toughest matchup like they could have ever pulled out of a 12-5. All 5 seeds. I'd put them against every 5 seed, and they would win single-handedly over Iowa, over UConn, and over who's the 5 out of the
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. Yeah, I would have put UAB and wax them all, but Houston, I think Houston just ends it right there and just slays the dragon, basically.
I love Houston. Houston.
No pun intended, but the one team that I want on upset alert right now is Illinois. I think Illinois is they've been up and down. They come out flat to start this game, already call it done for. Just go ahead and call the dogs off.
Yeah.
Chattanooga runs away with it.
I do like Chattanooga in that spot.
Yeah.
I do.
All right.
I do have my Wildcats going all the way to the Elite Eight. I picked them early. I got to stick with them.
As you should.
It's about principle there. I stuck with them early. I got to stick with them now. I'm going to the Elite Eight with them. But,
all right, let's we got 10 minutes here. Let's move on to, you guys have a preference, East or Midwest?
Let's go East. East.
Right, we'll go East. We got Baylor the 1, Kentucky the 2. We've got who's the 3?
3 is Purdue.
Purdue, thank you. And then UCLA is the 4.
What's everybody's Elite Eight here? I got Baylor, Indiana, Purdue, and Kentucky. What do you guys got?
You're gonna make me look it up.
Set for Elite Eight.
Oh, that'd have been Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
I got Indiana. I got Baylor, Indiana, Purdue, and Kentucky. What do you guys got?
I got Baylor, UCLA, Purdue, and Kentucky.
Okay.
But also I'm kind of iffy on if I need to put VT in that slot because I think VT just continues the hot streak. I mean, if they shoot 70% at halftime from 3 and the guy goes off for 34, nobody's beating him.
Yeah.
Yep. Reed, I got Baylor, St. Mary's. Shout out Jake.
Shout out Jake.
Mary's.
Shout out Jake.
Virginia Tech, and then Kentucky. Kentucky.
Damn, what a bracket there. There you go.
Kentucky's hot.
I've got Gonzaga, Texas Tech, Baylor, Kentucky, Zona, Tennessee, Kansas, and Wisconsin, baby.
Okay.
Wisco.
Gonna ride the Wisco train. If I was you, I would stay with that. But boy,
I got a question here. This Texas Virginia Tech matchup, how is it not? That should be an 8-9 matchup. How is that a 6-11?
Yeah,
How is Virginia Tech an 11 seed?
That's tough.
That should be an 8-9. That's a pick 'em right there. That game, I think, personally.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I got Virginia Tech winning that one. I think.
Yeah.
But I think so. I'm with you on that one. I got St. Mary's. I think going to the Sweet 16.
Shout out Jake.
Jake.
I have.
beating
So I think
UCLA.
you know that play-in game magic. You got to take it at least one of them. I got Indiana beating Wyoming in a tight game. I think it's going to be tough. I think Indiana's going to be down early. Don't be afraid to live bet that. Indiana's going to come back. They're bigger. They're physical. I think Indiana wins that game, and then they beat St. Mary's because I think they just can't match up. Trey Jackson Davis is just – he's too big. He's too damn good. Nobody can cover him. So I got Indiana winning that game, and then I got Indiana again beating UCLA. Johnny Juzang, those guys come out flat after playing a shitty game against Akron. I don't think they're going to play well. But the best thing about that bet is you got to play Baylor next. I don't think UCLA beats Baylor because I just think Baylor gets up and down and beats them. And then even you look further, who the hell is going to beat Kentucky out of this region? There is not
Baylor. I think Baylor's the only one that has a chance.
There's not a single team in this region that can beat Kentucky other than Purdue or Baylor, and I just don't think Purdue and
I don't think Purdue can do it.
I don't think Purdue or Baylor play well enough to get through that many games to get there. I think Kentucky weathers a storm and plays well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty chalk. I think it's going to be Baylor, Kentucky. I don't think there's really too much to talk about. There's going to be some weird garbage probably in the middle, but I think that's going to be pretty chalk. All right, we got a few more minutes here. Let's head over to the Midwest. I think the South is the most shit show conference. I don't know.
South is awful.
Just like it's all over the place. I think the Midwest is the worst though.
No, here's what I'm going to say real quick. The winner will come out of the Midwest, 100%. The winner of the national championship will come out of the Midwest. You go through the Midwest, you're going to win it. If you look at it just right now, this will be my last piece on the Midwest. You have Kansas, who's getting hot. Iowa, who's getting hot at the right time. Wisconsin gets fully healthy going into that second weekend. Yeah, they're going to run with it. Auburn, they got some dogs. They got some lottery picks. You can't count them out. You can't count out an LSU team who wants to go out there and just play and is going to play fresh because they don't have the baggage of their head coach coming around. You have other teams like Providence who can play some grimy basketball. And I just think the winner will come out of there because if you weather through that storm, you're going to be battle tested. And you're going to be ready.
I see what you're
totally
saying.
agree.
See, I was thinking the exact opposite, to be honest.
I think that's a great analysis there, John.
I think it's the blue collar teams.
It's the blue collar teams.
They just go to work.
It's tough. I think that's one of the toughest brackets is that bottom because there's just so many teams that are just going to get hot at the.
I do. Listen to this. Iowa and Richmond in the first round. That is going to be a ball game.
Two hot teams.
That is going to be a ball game.
Watch out for the Spiders.
LSU, Iowa State. That is going to be a ball game.
See, I think that's going to be garbage. That I don't think is two teams that have regressed like crazy throughout the season.
If that one guy for Iowa State gets hot, I mean
that's
Brockington. Who's covering Brockington? Well, yeah, LSU's really athletic. I got Iowa State beating Wisconsin. They're in the second round.
You jerk.
I got Auburn in Iowa State playing there in the Sweet 16. Obviously, I got Auburn winning. Then I got Kansas and Iowa. I think everybody's taking Iowa there, which is kind of scary because I guarantee you Richmond wins that game just because I'm seeing all these people, Iowa Final Four, Iowa National Championship.
I don't think
Richmond's going to win that game. Guarantee you. That's exactly what's going to happen.
So you guys, I'm riding Summit League, by the way. I would like to point that out. South Dakota State over Providence.
Why not?
Oh yeah, why not?
I think South Dakota State is giving. I don't think nobody's giving them respect. They're not
18-0. 18-0 in conference. Who the hell goes 18-0 in conference?
I don't care how weak your conference is. You win 18 games and don't somehow lose one. That is impressive.
That's playing every team at home and on the road, and you beat them twice. That is unbelievable.
So going back to what I said about this, like this conference is stacked. You also have that Providence team who just won the Big East for the first time in school history. So like the best basketball like teams of this season are going to be funneled
this is
into
where
this.
the hot of the hot are. This is where they're not the greatest teams, but the hot of the hot is in the Midwest.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I love it. I'm so fan.
God,
Zach, I'm sorry to say this, but I have a lot of upsets in my bracket if you can't tell. Watch out for the Fighting Toothpastes in the first round. Colgate over Wisconsin. It doesn't matter anyway because I have Iowa State going to the Elite Eight, but that's besides the point.
So do I.
Yeah. But watch out for the.
I could see. I mean, that would be a Wisconsin thing to do, to lose to Colgate in the first round.
Watch out for it.
All right. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Let's all say our champions. We got to pick our champions, right?
So who is all right? Let's all pick. We got about a minute. All right, everyone say their champion that they picked, and then who they actually picked for the bracket. Sammy, go.
Oh, mine was Arizona earlier, and then I got the Jayhawks, natty champions, baby. Go Jayhawks!
All right.
I had Auburn on my futures, and I have Jayhawks in the bracket.
Okay.
I have Kentucky, and that was my future, and my national championship is going to be Arizona. Wildcats, man. They are big.
I had Houston, and I'm with you, John Ladd. I had Arizona in the bracket.
I got Arizona in the bracket. I love me some Wildcat. After watching them play UCLA and come back and beat them by almost 10, that's just a gritty team. You gotta love a gritty team.
Well, we're about to run out of time, so thanks for joining us on talking about March Madness. Hopefully you guys got that. If you need, we still got the brackets open, so let us know if you want to join that.
Over 25 people so far.
Let's join that. Tweet us if you want to know more information, but let's enjoy March Madness, baby. It's tournament time.
All right, Texas Southern 3.5, Wyoming +4, Bryant moneyline, Notre Dame -1 playing games.
Go Cougs, go Cougs.
All right. Enjoy your weeks. Happy gambling, and we'll see you later this week, everybody.